Are you Satoru Gojo because you're the strongest, or are you the strongest because you're Satoru Gojo? Well, let's unseal this Satoru Gojo from his prison and see if this is the Gojo to Gojo with. Let's do it. What is up, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you to another amazing episode of The Good, the Bad, the Awesome. And today we have an amazing figure to look at. So if you're not a subscriber, if you like first reaction videos, then you need to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and get notified when we have new videos, which try to post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if you've done that, thank you so much. But right here we have, by Sunrise Pop and YoloPark, the Jujutsu Kaisen figures, and we're going to start with action figure number 3, Satoru Gojo. One of my favorite animes and one of my favorite characters from the anime is right here in the flesh. And someone made a request of me saying, hey, have you seen the YoloPark figures? And I said no, and I finally have. And I got these off of AliExpress for a really, really great deal. I'll put a link in the description down below on where you can find these. But we're gonna see if these figures are what they're cracked up to be. I believe Satoru Gojo cost $29 here, this YoloPark one. Compared to some of my other Gojo figures, it is a bargain and a deal, but we'll see if that's too good to be true or not. But here it is. Here's the box. Here's the front of it. Here's the side, the back of the box. It comes with this little backdrop, which is kind of cool. Looks like it comes with red, right there, hollow red, and then some different faces and details and things like that. Box there. But yeah, Sunrise Pop and YoloPark. And if y'all don't know who YoloPark is, they're known for making models. And so I have some of their Transformer models, but I am excited about this. Now, YoloPark, they're a little bit mixed for me. Some of their smaller models are just a little bit cheaper feeling, but some of their bigger models feel really, really great. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and get this guy out of the box, and let's do it through the magic of time lapse. And here he is, folks, out of the box onto my table, Satoru Gojo from YoloPark and Sunrise Pop. Feels pretty decent in my hands, first reactions, but we'll see here in just a little bit. But things you get inside the box, you do get this wonderful backdrop that you can build. So it comes with this background paper as well as these two little items here. So you can build this little backdrop if you want to, and I'll build that here in a little bit. You also get some extra hair, very hard feeling hair there, very nice, that you can put on his wee little head. I don't know if that splits in two or what, but it looks like it should split in two. We shall see. You get hollow red right there. The effect is a very soft plastic right there, so that you can kind of put, I think there's a spot, yeah, there's a spot where you can put it on his finger right there. Very, very nice. I wish it came with hollow purple. That would be awesome. So you get this face with the exposed eye. Look at that blue eye. No denying that is Mr. Gojo himself. Blue eyes Gojo. And then you get the happy face that he is known for. The paint on these look pretty decent here so far that I can see. And then you also get all the different hands. Of course, the famous domain expansion hand there. You get his that he uses to shoot off hollow purple. And then this right here, you get all sorts of fun stuff. So fun hands, and then the figure itself you do get. So we'll move all this stuff to the side. We'll focus in on the figure. From a height standpoint, what you're looking at, he stands at about 7.5 inches tall. So I don't have any ramen to do the ramen scale. Remember the ramen scale when I used to do that? That was silly. Some of y'all thought it was silly. Some of y'all thought it was fun. That's okay. But that's how tall he is, 7.5 inches. We'll compare him to some of my other Gojos here in just a little bit, but let's bring him in for a closer look here. Oh, there's his chest. That's all we can see right there. He's our special. There he is. He's not half the man he used to be, right? But there it is right there, Satoru Gojo. really soft, pliable plastic here. The joints feel pretty decent here, so we'll get into the articulation here in just a moment. But there he is from the front. Wish there was some more paint on his thing right there, but everything looks good. It's not glossy. It's kind of more of a matte. It's got a little bit of gloss to it, but not much. But it looks like we got some really cool articulation. But there it is from the front, the side, the back, the side, and the front. Of course, Gojo's uniform, very, 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 very minimalistic. But there is his face. It kind of, you got the neck is on a ball joint, the head is on a ball joint, the neck is on a ball joint too as well. Arm, you have this movement right there. I believe you have a little bit of this movement too as well. You have that bicep swivel. You have more than a 90-degree bend, and then you have the ball joint of the wrist. Go all the way around if you want to. You got the top waist crunch there, circle. You got the bottom ab crunch there. No circle on that, I don't think. Let's see here. Yeah, you got that. Yeah, you can circle that right there. And then, of course, you got his legs, which you can kind of get almost into the Jean-Claude, but the outfit kind of gets in the way a little bit. You have a thigh swivel. You can kick forward. You can kick back. This gets in the way, but if you can pop that up a little bit, you can kick it back. You have more than a 90-degree bend there. As well, and then you have the bend here, and then of course the toe bend, which is awesome. So that way you can get him into some really, really cool, really gnarly poses. As far as replacing stuff on him, I don't know how to do that yet. We'll figure that out here in just a moment. Let me get this arms situated the way it should be. But I think he feels good. He doesn't feel as premium as a Figuarts figure, but he does feel better than an Anime Heroes figure. And I think he has more articulation and some more stuff with him. And he's not quite as loose as some other figures, but he's not tight as well either. So we'll see how he holds some poses and things like that here in just a moment. But overall, very, very nice looking. Let's see how we can change things out. I believe the hands, most hands you can just kind of pull and they pop off. So yeah, pretty simple on the hand to pop that off. As far as the head, that's what I'm kind of concerned about, is how do you get that off? So, oh, there we go. Hair comes off. And then you can pop that face off. Totally different mechanism. Some of y'all may be asking, can you kit bash it? I'm pretty sure you could with a little bit of modding. I'm not a very good modder there, so I would not know. I don't know what the difference between the two hair are. You can kind of see here, they look pretty similar. This one has a little bit more waviness in it versus this one's a little bit more taller. Let's put on his happy face. Throw that in. And the way you can see, there's a couple little holes right in there. You just pop the face on there with that. Line up the holes. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. That sounds so wrong. And then we'll throw the hair. Looks like the hair just pops back on. And there you go. Now we got the happy face Gojo there. So there we are. So that seemed pretty simple to do. So let's do this. Let me grab some other Gojos and some other figures and we'll compare him to see how he looks. And we'll go ahead and put this stand together too as well. Okay, before we get my other figures, I just want to show you this with the stand. First of all, in the stand paperwork, there is instructions, so hallelujah. So if you need instructions on how to do things, you do have that, how to change the parts, how to change the hand parts and stuff. So thank you Sunrise Pop and YoloPark. But the stand is cool, and the main reason what I really like about it is that is so cool with the finger, his blindfold, and just the way this looks. Do I wish it was a little bit bigger for like photography wise? Yeah, but I think this is a really cool kind of display piece that you can kind of really use to display your Gojo figure. So I just wanted to show you that, show you how cool that looks. But now that you see how cool that looks, let's now compare him to other Gojos. So let's compare. So first of all, there is the YoloPark. We're going to take a look at him compared to Anime Heroes. You can see how much taller he is to Anime Heroes there. And so how can you tell Gojo is my favorite character? Well, here's one more Gojo. That's regular adult Gojo. That's s.h.figurats. Here is another Gojo. Another s.h.figurats. Here is another Gojo. s.h.figurats. So there are all my Gojos, not including my big Asmus toy Gojo, one of my Gojo statues, my little Lego Gojo. So there's a lot more Gojo to go around for everybody. But there is how he compares. He is a lot taller. So he is not going to scale well with any of your figures. Will scale well with YoloPark figures. So a lot taller. So when you consider s.h.figuarts is going to be 6.5, so he's about a full inch taller than the others. May scale well with McFarlane, so we're about to find out here in just a moment. So Gojos, thank you. Let's see what he scales like with other figures. All right, Gojo, let's see. McFarlane, let's bring in McFarlane's Endeavor from My Hero Academia. So I think this is where he may scale a little bit better. So he's about as tall as Endeavor from My Hero. So let's kind of pull him to the side there a little bit. Let's bring in a 5-inch McFarlane figure. We all know who that is, All Might. 6-inch Black Series right here. And then 3.75 Star Wars. And just for fun, let's bring in a Commander class, Rodimus Prime. And so that way we've got all of these folks together. So you can kind of see how he scales with different figures. So that is it right there. So let me get him in some poses. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to go let you talk to Jimmy in the chair so he can give you his final thoughts on the YoloPark Gojo Satoru. All right. Out from behind the camera, ready for my final thoughts on YoloPark and Sunrise Pop's Satoru Gojo. So let me bring him in. Probably pose, I will probably keep him in, you know, that traditional looking pose that you'll always have him in. I have a bunch of Gojos in this pose, but I think it looks friggin' cool this way. Pros on this figure, I mean, it has all the posability that you need. It's really, really great. It looks good. I mean, you got to see it in person to really appreciate it. I think it looks really, really good. And for the price, you really can't beat it. Like I said, I think I got him for about 30 bucks off of AliExpress. You're going to look because the prices fluctuate up and down, but I'll make sure to put a link there on this. My cons is the other hair piece needs to be worked a little bit because this doesn't fit quite right. There's some sloppiness in the paint on some of these faces, and he does not scale well with like s.h.figuarts. He does scale pretty well with McFarlane. So if you're into scale and you have Figuarts figures or Figma figures, this is not going to scale for you. But if you're not into scale, if you're into characters, then this is going to be great. But the cool thing is this isn't the only Sunrise Pop YoloPark figure, because they do have a fushiguro, which we will review at one time or another. And right now also a Yuji Itadori, so which is really, really cool. So hopefully they'll have some others coming out too as well, because I like this. I think this is the best of both worlds. You have the cheapness of the anime heroes, which I think is a pretty decent figure. I mean, $19.99, but you don't get a lot of playability and posability with this one. I do like his skinnier body, but you know, this one right here, I think beats it. And then you don't have the quite premium feel of the Figuarts. Now this one right now is going for like 130, 140 bucks. So that's kind of tough. But if you want you a good one in the middle, this one right here by Sunrise Pop is going to be a great figure for you. Now, we won't get into any Jujutsu Kaisen lore and who's the strongest, who can beat who died, who did not die, who got sealed, who did not get sealed, Gojo versus Sukuna, Yuji Itadori, Megami, all that kind of stuff. We won't get into any of that. What we're going to get into is this is a cool figure, and I think you would really love it. So add it to your collection. Definitely do that. Don't be shy. Do that today. But with that, that's all I got to say about that. I will have some more Jujutsu Kaisen figure reviews coming. There's also an Anime Heroes Hollow Purple Gojo, which looks really, really cool, and I cannot wait till that comes in. But if you like these videos, don't forget, like, subscribe. Also, maybe consider becoming a member or giving a super thanks. But that is all. So in the meantime, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and you are my special, actually, be awesome domain expansion in the video.